What is up, party people? It is D to the J with the roll away. I am here. I am the creator and sole host of My CP Does Not Define Me. And I am here today to tell you that this video is not going to be one of those wholesome, everything is fine, feel good, I'm great videos. So let me start off by saying if you don't want to hear what I have to say, don't come up here because everything is not always sunshine and rainbows. Unfortunately, this video is not going to be it. I have always prided myself as do what I say I'm going to do. Okay. That's just who I am. That's just who I've become, who I've matured into. That's part of it. I'm a straight to the point kind of guy. I realize that not everybody has to like you, not everybody has to be your friend, not everybody is in this world to help you out. Some people are here to take what you got, to drag you down, to try to tear you apart. Like I said in the very beginning of this video, this is not going to be one of those feel good, nice, sunshine, rainbow, everything is fine in my life videos because everything is, but I have one point that I want to come across. And I'm going to spend a lot of time on this point because I think people look at it and they take it too lightly. Um, I basically have I live by a set of rules in my life. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't go behind your back and don't lie. That's it. Those are the three rules that I have. Very simple. I don't like liars. I don't deal with them. I don't associate with them. You lied to me. I'll give you a couple of chances, okay? But once you keep doing it, if you keep doing it, you're out. You're done. Nothing to hear, say, or talk about. So why am I here? Okay. If you have something that you want to say to me, please say it. Don't beat around the bush. Well, I got this thing here. I don't know how to talk about it. Look, it is 2023. It is time to grab your kahunas, put in what it's supposed to be, male or female, and say what you got to say. Okay? I'm not made of glass. I'm not going to break. Okay? I have heard far less worse than I don't want to be your friend. I would rather someone be truthful and honest than to try not to hurt me and think you're saying the right thing for fear of hurting somebody. Because you know what happens when you fear that you're going to hurt somebody and you don't say the right thing? They get hurt anyway. Okay? What is a lie? A lie is absence of the truth, whether it's by omission or whether it's by, hey, Betsy, or whether it's by an outright lie. Okay? Not telling the truth. Now, this is not one of those where I'm just going to sit there and bitch all day because that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is people have to realize that just because we have disabilities or problems that we face doesn't mean, and I've said this several times, that we're not people. Okay? So I'm sitting here today to tell you don't judge me as a person before you know me. There are thousands of people in this world that are going to sit there and judge you as a person before they know you or before they say anything to you, and they have a preconceived notion of what you are. That's just the way people are in this world. Some of them are like that. Some of them are going to take the chance to get to know you. Some of them are going to take the chance to sit down and actually have a decent conversation with. Some just don't give a flying fuck. I told you, this is going to be one of those videos that is not all sunshine and rainbows. You don't like it, go away. Okay? I think as people, labels, all around labels have to stop. All around labels, anything. Okay? I'm going to break down humanity very simple. That's a great comment. That is a great comment, Crystal. Let me actually highlight that. Um, as a disabled as a disabled individual, it is important to discern and set boundaries when someone tries to take advantage because of that. I do agree. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to sit here and be like, you can't say this. Okay? You can say what you want to say to me. But all labels, I'm going to break down humanity in its simplest form. I'm going to break down what humanity is, how it became, what it's about, where it is, why it is, to go strictly on the case of humanity. Not putting religion into this, not putting anything into it to offend anybody, but I'm trying to tell you, you take a person that is black, white, Hindu, Muslim, CP, spina bifida, Alzheimer's, ALS, uh, preeclampsia. If you don't know what preeclampsia is, look it up. It's high blood pressure during birth. Look it up. Everybody has problems. Blind, deaf, doesn't matter what you are. You stand all those people up in a line. You sit all those people down in a chair and you cut them open from head to toe. Straight down the middle, fuck it all, cut them and rip the skin wide open. Let me break down humanity for you real quick. Brain, heart, soul. Now, I'm going to say something. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Brain, heart, soul. Okay? Now I'm gonna dive into the matters of the soul in a second. But if you cut everybody open, what you have, you can't see skin color when you cut everybody open, because it's not about white, black, Hindu, Israelite, half black, white, black, vanilla, chocolate. I don't care what. You cannot see skin color. You've got a frame or a skeleton that holds up a body with body parts. You got arms, you got legs, you got eyes, you got a nose, you got ears. Now, some people have one arm, some people have one leg, some people have two of them, somebody may have three. I don't know. Okay? So let's break this down a little further. Once you take breath, once you are born and you take breath, you are alive. Okay? Now you were alive before that, but again, I'm not getting into a whole nother area. I don't, no, that's not today. I'm not in the damn mood for it. So life, okay? Once you suck in that air, it's there. You're alive. Everybody knows you are alive. You boop, 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 boop. On the little registry, jigga jabba there on the hot machine, you get the little complaints and little dashes that show you breathing, all right? Simplified, okay? Doctors know you are alive. You are a human being. Doesn't matter what you look like. You are a Homo sapien. You are classified as strictly as a human being. Not a four-legged animal, not a beast, not a gorilla, not an ape, a human. Okay? Again, I'm going to be real. This is not sunshine and rainbows. This is piss and vinegar, people. I'm telling you straight. When you classify it and you break it down, when you look at all of humanity have the same thing. Okay? Skin color does not make us different. Labels do not make us different. Straight, gay, lesbian, LGBT, black, white, the person in the chair, the person with Alzheimer's, the person with autism. Stop. The labels have to go away. They breathe, they feel, they act, they are. Sorry if the video cut out for just a second. My internet has been doing stupid stuff all week long. I'm getting my modem fixed tomorrow. Dear Lord, have mercy. Sorry for the cutout. All right. So look, let me make it straight. If anybody's on the internet, get off, please. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm not gonna sit here and say you can't have your own opinion. Okay, everybody is entitled to have their own opinion of how they feel because they are people. All right. The problem that you're gonna have when you even yourself, we actually label ourselves sometimes before society ever gets a hold of us. We put obstacles in front of ourselves before society ever says a damn thing. And then we question why we feel the way we do when we wake up in the morning. But it's something I want you to think about. What makes you you? What makes you different from everybody else? What makes you not a label? You know what a label is? It's a robot. It's a way to tell everybody else apart by manufacturer. Okay? Machine. Think about it. All machines have labels. This is the da 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 cooker. It has this, 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 this. This much voltage. This can do this. It can steam. It can blah 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 blah. All the way down the line. You got the instruction manual. It tells you exactly what the specifications are. All right. Break down the specifications of a human being. Brain, heart, lungs, legs, arms, head, neck, skeleton, da 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 da. What you cannot break down is a soul. You can break down the aspects of it, but you break down the soul. I said, don't beat around the bush, be upfront and to the point. Okay? That is what is flashing down the bottom of the screen. There's a reason that I say that. If we keep labeling each other and we keep pushing each other this way, the disabled community is not going to thrive. We are fighting with each other and we're fighting amongst ourselves for rights that we should already have, things that we should already know, and things that we should already be doing. The system that we have may be fucked up and may be crazy, but it's the only one we got. Okay? We have got to learn to get along as a person. We have got to learn to get along as an individual, but we have to remember that we are individualized people and we are not the same. Because everybody's journey that they face is different. It doesn't matter what your journey is. It doesn't matter if you and I both have CP, spina bifida, MLS, whatever disability we have, blind, deaf, whatever, can't walk, can't talk, nonverbal, all of that. Our journeys are different. How we got there is different. When we get there is different. That is the problem with the world today. We're so fast and want to cut in front of each other to get 5 feet ahead when you don't even notice that you got to stop in the same damn spot we do. But if you get just a little bit of a P word that it took me 40 some years to learn about in patience and learn that it takes time to figure this shit out, you can't figure it out overnight. If you develop a little bit of patience, you're going to start to see things differently. You ever see a person sitting on the side of a grocery store and they're sitting there with a bottle of water and they got no shirt on and they got their stuff beside them, and the first question that you ask is, "Are you okay?" That's the first question that you ask. And the man or a woman or a person or individual turns to you and says, "No, I'm not." The next phrase that comes out of your mouth can help or dismiss that person. The next phrase that comes out of your mouth can help or dismiss that person. If you say to them, is there something I can help you with? And you wait. Don't cut them off. Don't think they're homeless and ain't got nothing just because they're not wearing shoes. Don't assume that you know their story and you've been there 3 times before and you know how to get them out of it. Because sometimes all they're doing is just needing a friendly ear to listen. See, life is simple. When you slow down, you learn to appreciate life. When you slow down and you look at what's around you and you realize what a gift that you are to be where we are right now. You know how lucky we are to be on this earth, to be breathing. Did you think whoever you pray to for your life this morning? Did you thank whoever you believe in or whoever you pray to for the vision that you have this morning, for the breath in your body that you have this morning, for the movement in your body that you have this morning, however restricted it may be? Did you take a moment and be thankful and not be, I don't know if this is going to work. I can't stand this day. This day sucks. I can't get the job. I can't get the car. I can't get the house. Blah, 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 blah. You put so much pressure on yourself before you even start the day, before your feet hit the floor, because you got the wrong attitude. That is what is wrong with our presidential system, our Congress, our state, our country. We have the wrong attitude. All about number one. All about me, 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 me. I need to make sure that I'm okay. If you take a step back and take a breath and realize where you're at and be thankful for the little things that you have as well as the big things that you have all the way up, you will find that your life is not as crappy as you think it might be. You know, you look at your life and you wonder, can it get any worse? I've heard this. I don't think it can get any worse. Be careful what you speak, because words have power. I have seen this happen personally. If you see a nonverbal person with a disability that cannot communicate through voice, but they have a communication board, or they are deaf and have to communicate a different way, it does not mean they cannot feel. It does not mean they cannot think. It does not mean they can't punch your ass in the mouth and make you bleed. Because they can. We have got to get past this point of labeling, and we've got to get to the point of communicating to where we understand each other and we're not trying to one up. One-upsmanship, left and right, up and down, everybody trying to take advantage of everything. Because what I ain't got or what you ain't got or what they ain't got. But we're so worried about labeling and we're going to get there before the other person that we forget what life we have. We forget about the breath in our bodies. Do you realize our brain never stops? In the human race, the brain, that 9.5-pound gland that you got up here, never stops. If it did, you know what that little line would read right across the, what you call it, if it stopped. If it stopped, there would be nothing no one could do because you would be dead. Straight point blank. But as long as you have breath in your body, as rough as your life may be, learn to appreciate what you have. Because if you look at what you don't have and what you're trying to get, you're going to miss the simplest thing of what you do have and be appreciative of how you got it or how it was blessed upon you. See, now this is what worries me because now I'm talking about good stuff and the comments stop. The questions stop. The thoughts stop. That's not what I like. I want to see action on this side of the layout. Could you please elaborate on that? I understand we got one system, but okay, let's see. But should we just be okay with the injustices? Would we be better to collaborate with others who don't understand and then great question. Great question. Oh, I love it. That is the best question I've ever heard in my entire life. Let me relate as far as our justice system, as far as the way that it works, the way our Congress works, and all this. Could you please elaborate on that? I understand we got one system, but should we just be okay with the injustices? Would we be better to collaborate with others who don't understand, and then perhaps some of the labels will diminish? Never be okay with injustice, because injustice is just that. It is wrong. Now, collaboration is okay, but what we've got to do as a disabled community and disabled people and people in general, I hate saying disabled community because I'm talking about disabled, but I don't want to label it as disabled because we are able. Okay? I hate saying disabled. I hate it. It is a label that should have been fucking thrown out the window so long ago. That word never should have been made up. We just do things differently. We are not different because we have a disability. We just do things differently. So to elaborate on Crystal's question, some things that are passed, if we don't like it, we should complain about it. We should call our congressman. We should know who our congressman is. Some people don't even know. Some people have never talked to them, never called their office because they hear no the first time, or they get a busy signal and they stop. If you want something to change, you got to work for it. You got to push for it. You got to try for it. You've got to call. You've got to email. You've got to write. You've got to go down in person. Yes, you've got to take public transportation, although it may suck and you may have to sit there for a couple of hours. If you really want change to occur, you have to be willing to have the change inside of yourself to push it through. There's a law right now that insurance companies have on power chairs that says, and I quote, you are not allowed to take your power chair outside of the house. We do not recommend that you take your power chair outside of the house. I want to elaborate on this. Insurances say it's not covered. So how am I supposed to eat? Where am I supposed to go? How am I supposed to get into the car? How am I supposed to go where I'm supposed to go and travel to the mailbox if I don't take my chair? We look at our disability right now and our income when we have roommates and they pay their portion of the bill. That counts as income to me because they're paying me to pay the bill. But yet they look at it, and Social Security looks at it as income because it's coming to me and going back out. It doesn't matter that I'm paying bills with it. It is their system by state that needs to change. Our laws need to change. Every single fucking building in this world needs to be handicap accessible. I don't care about before 1965, 1945, 1932. Every single building needs to be modified to where a person in a chair or on crutches or with a disability that needs help getting in can get in. Bottom line. What is the president of this country going to do for our disabled citizens in the United States of America? How many people are asking that question? How many people are getting on the phones right now, calling their congressmen, calling their disabled service boards of states? How many people know that disabled service boards exist? Are you using the resources provided to you? Are you going to social services? Are you asking the right questions? Look at where you are. If you want something bad enough, you have to work for it. This doesn't change because we have a problem that we deal with. Because I'm going to show you something. Everybody deals with a problem. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're upright or in a chair or bedridden. Everybody deals with problems. The labels don't help a damn thing. The labels don't help a damn thing. When a person with CP is going down the sidewalk, there's so many that look and say, oh, I feel sorry for them. They won't have a productive life. They can't have kids. They can't live on their own. The assumptions fly out of their mouth so fast when they have no idea what they're talking about. No earthly idea about the person sitting in front of them wearing a Minion shirt talking about what he's talking about today. Because am I the only one talking? Am I the only one fighting? Are we sitting on the edge of our couches saying, when am I going to get up? When am I going to get up? When am I going to go? When am I going to push? When am I going to change the law? And I know it's hard because there is rejection. There is no, I mentioned Miss Wilson last video I was in. I'm in the process of getting a new chair. I'm in the process of getting leg elevators, tilt, recline, the elevator to make the chair go up and down. I'm getting the whole package. They told me the retail cost of this damn chair for a Permobil, I think it's the E3 or C3 or C7 or 37 something, $38,000. 38 grand. I said, what the fuck? Are you kidding? 38,000 for what? That is the price of the van sitting outside in my driveway. Have you lost your damn mind? And yet they say, well, the insurance is only not going to pay that amount. The insurance is only going to pay $18,000 to $20,000. Well, then I got a deductible of 20%. That's $2,000 I got to pay out of my own pocket. I'm going to tell you right now, my white happy ass ain't got $2,000 sitting around. But I be damned if I ain't going to get that chair. Now, I want to mention Ms. Wilson for a second because I want to talk about the word no. And I want to go through something with the word no before we wrap up here. Insurance companies and Social Security and appeals boards are designed to deny. They don't want to pay money. So they are going to deny. You know what a denial is? All you have to do is find a way around denial. For chairs, three things help out: a letter of medical necessity. I love you too. A letter of medical necessity explaining the disability or condition that you have, what it entails, why you need the chair, and why it is medically necessary for you to have the chair. That is one. Lights on a power chair. If you are in a power chair and you are in your chair most of the day, meaning if you ain't pooping, if you ain't sleeping, you're in your chair. Your chair needs to have lights on it. That is a safety feature for yourselves, my friend. And if we don't look at it, it's not going to work. If we don't fight for what we're supposed to get, and I stopped fighting because I thought the insurance was going to deny it anyway. Miss Wilson told me something. Put it through. Put it through. Let them deny it. If they deny it, appeal it. If you know that you deserve or you need something medically, you've got to fight for it based on your condition. Charles, I don't know what joking mood you're in, buddy, but I'm not in a joking mood today. So the comments better get real or stop. I am not one to sit here and see a person with a condition fail. I am not one to see a person with a condition fall. Yeah, I think this is very true right here, Crystal. I think on your disagreement on the disability term, it's mostly just that. It's a generational people, a generation generational people use it because unfortunately that is mainly what people understand. But see, they had to learn to adapt to it or understand it, and that's what makes it so bad because we were conditioned as a society to understand that before we ever understood the truth, because we didn't have platforms like this or shows like this or people like Edwina Wilson and Kelly's Choice and boards of education that said children needs IEPs in school and things like that to go and fight for us because we had to fight for ourselves. And we still do. The world we live in is the only one we've got. If we want to make it better, we've got to fight for what we want and stop complaining about how it is. That's why I said don't beat around the bush, be I know how to fight. So many people don't fight. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's okay. I'm used to it. That is the worst term you can have. It's okay. I'm used to it. It doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter. Just because you're used to something or just because something happens doesn't mean that it should change or doesn't make it right or doesn't mean that it hurts the person when it comes across. When you're done harm by someone else because what they say or do hurts you or puts you in a certain situation, that is not right, and you should stand up for yourself, disability or not. We as a people need to stop labeling and start conditioning ourselves to push through. We as a people, it doesn't matter what kind of condition or disability you have, if you want something, you have rights and you should go for it. Now, I'm not talking about abusing the system. There are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there that abuse the system and do things dishonestly. I am not a dishonest person. I will not do something dishonestly. The truth is what you're going to get from me because the truth shall set you free. And if you start with the truth, you don't have to worry about lying because then you don't have to cover up shit you forgot about 20 lies ago when you first told it. Plain and simple, people. It's easy. We complain about the politics we got. We complain about the services we got. We complain about the transportation we got, but we don't push to change it. You can't just put in a complaint one time when something happens. You've got to complain every day. You've got to be the squeaky wheel. You've got to make it get the oil. You've got to make the change happen. And the person after you, and the person after you, and the person after you has got to do that. But you know what happens? It's just no big deal. I'm just going to let it go. It just happened at one time. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal because you didn't push for it. If it wasn't for Edwina Wilson, I wouldn't be as big of a deal as I am right now. And I'm not saying that to be a cocky asshole. I'm saying that to be truthful. If it wasn't for Kelly's Choice and events that let me speak out in public and go out to public places and make CP awareness and make bracelets and t-shirts and get involved in groups that have disabilities that push my story and push my show and push the things that I do, I wouldn't be where I am right now. The silent do nothing because they are unheard. The mighty push for what they want and go through life as hard as it may be unchallengeable. Because when you have something you want, or you have something you care about, or you have something that you want to fight for, and it's worth fighting for, go do it. We as a people sit there and complain about the way things are, but we sit in the same spot and wonder when it's going to change. It's going to change when we as a people take action for ourselves. But we remember that there are also others in the same boat as us. So please understand me when I say it is not about the disability that you have. It is not just about the condition that you have. It is not just about the problems that you are facing. It is about the journey that you are on and where you are trying to go and where you are trying to get to. So many people ask me, when is my CP does not define me going to start up again? I like doing pop-ups like this. The show may change exponentially. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I know it's going to start. Right now, I have things that I am tending to. It will not start again until June. I'm probably going to reformat the whole show because of the way I'm feeling right now. Because we as a people have to stop wallowing in our own self pity, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, and take charge of our own lives. If we don't take charge of our own lives, all we're doing is trying to live for somebody else. Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption said this: get busy living or get busy dying. That's goddamn right. It is your choice what you want to do. It is your choice in the journey that you take to get there. And it is your choice to fight or flight. It is your choice to be where you are. It is your choice to do what you do. It is your choice to say and your voice to be heard. Whatever voice you use, whatever it is, use it. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this reaches somebody. I hope it goes through. I hope somebody in their head says, you know what? I can make a change in this world, and it's going to start with me. It's got to start somewhere. Because a journey doesn't go anywhere without the first step. Take the first step and put action into your dreams, action into your journey, action into yourself. I'm DJ Carter. If you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. You guys take care. I'll see you in June. I'm going to do pop ups like this all the way through. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I promise the show will be back on. Got a lot of things going on. You just got to bear with me right now. I'm going through a lot, not necessarily bad, not necessarily bad things at all. Just a lot going on at this time. Please, please, please keep praying, keep searching, keep believing, and most of all, stop labeling. You guys take it easy. Thanks for popping in. See y'all later.